Do you have anything, you ask? Because you have everything and nothing or no one, not even a man like me, will destroy that. Because I am the germ of what you fear of finding in yourself. Because I am a bug to be avoided by any means, an inconsequential body. Because whatever music my buggy body makes is a simple score for the bodies that really matter, because your life matters more than mine. You could stump me, and who would care? Because you've done this before, because I've done this more times than I can count, because our bodies are records of where we've been, because you can see the imperfections, mole, scar, bruise, because our bodies are prone to destruction, because when a body burns, it can mean something has gone wrong, because something is wrong with your memory. And isn't that a symptom of something? You've forgotten my name. You want to stick to usernames. You always come back, because I always stammer when you ask, because you know I'll let you back in. Leroy auditions for the Fame School. Oh, they never should have told me to cup my hands over my eyes. The kind of boy I was, I knew all too well our bodies' tricky constructions. So little. I knew my body's argument for wanting to want could not be trusted, but where did he come from? Leroy, barely in a shirt, hardly in gym shorts, wielding a sneer that makes even Debbie Allen swoon. Wicked. Wickedness is something today I have mastered, no? Ask me now, and I will tell you the names of every muscle it took for Leroy's waist to roll him from one end of that parquet to the other. What did I know about him then that they didn't think I knew already? Bodies are not walls. Shield us from what? Oh, bless their hearts. I watched all of his pieces trouble themselves apart only to resolve themselves back together through hands not large enough to shield a thing like desire. Did they not see my feet pedaling the air as Linda Clifford sang? I work so hard to get me a man. Don't try to take him away. So those two poems are from my book, Fantasia for the Man in Blue, available from Four Way Books, and it's a finalist for the National Book Award. Um, which is terrifying to me, actually. It's terrifying, and I have been gnawing my fingernails uh, since I found out, because I don't know what to do with myself. I write these poems. I wrote this book for myself, right? And I write for myself. I'm always like, "Ooh, let's try this. Ooh, I can do this." That's my whole sort of view of like writing is um it is work, but it's work with fun. Like I give myself permission to do whatever I want to do, right? I mean, I have to do that work of like exploring the possibilities to figure out, what the poem wants. But yeah, I love a Pantone that fails. I love a Villanelle that fails, because that means I can do whatever I want. The Generals of the Daughters of the American Revolution, 1963. Richard Avedon. Redolent of another era, witless to what comes next. The women hide their hands in blued gloves as long as there's a past too murky to be plumbed. Clean sashes slash over so many loud, old, ornate doors, each one too stuck for even Abaddon to open up round. Are they not without a whit of decorum? He goads them into a corner of the Mayflower Hotel where they yell over each other in hushed tones, each flush a study of light and shadow. They are too enraptured with themselves to learn how to notice what's colored in all around them, weighed down in regalia fit for the purple, a marooned monarchy. The daughters mother wrinkles from their gowns, marry their faces back. Essex Hempfield, well, not the whole poem, but it's his long sequence called "The Tomb of Sorrow," which is one of my favorite poems. Like it's one of my favorite poems. It sends me through so much. Um, it is beautiful. In its wandering and in its the sentences in it are just stunning, especially in the third section that I'm going to read. Um, just listen for the wandering that happens and all of these leaps and these verbs, and it contains the most surprising use of stirring in the English language. Um, yeah, and there's a lot of dicks in this poem. So yeah, section 3 of Tomb of Sorrow, the Tomb of Sorrow. You stood beneath a tree, guarding moonlight, clothed in military fatigues, black boots, shadows, winter rain, midnight, jerking your dick slowly, deliberately calling attention to its proud length and swollen head. A warrior dick, a dick of consequences, nodded knowingly at me. You were stirring it when I approached, making it swell more, allowing raindrops escaping through leaves and branches to bounce off of it and shatter like doubt. Among the strangest gifts I received from you, and I returned them all, a chest of dark ancient wood. Inside, red velvet cushions, coins, paper money from around the world, a red book of hand drawn runes, a kufi, prayer beads, a broken timepiece, the stench of dry manure. And there were other things never to be forgotten: a silver horse head to hold my chain of keys, a Christian sword, black candles, black dolls with big dicks and blue dreads that you nailed above my bed to ensure fidelity, a beer bottle filled with hand drawn soap, a specificity, a description of your life, beliefs, present work, weight, and height. Declarations of love which I accepted, overlooking how I disguised my real motivations, a desire to keep some dick at home and love it as best as I can. I was on duty to your madness, like a night nurse in a cancer ward. Not one alarm went off as I lay with you, succubus. I've dreamed of you standing outside my soul beneath a freakish tree, stroking your dick, which is longer in the dream. But I, unable to be moved and enchanted, rebuked you. I vomit up your snake and hack it to pieces, laughing as I strike. No, I was not your pussy. She would be your dead wife. I believe you dispatched her soul or turned her into a cat. I was your man lover, gabbling dangerously with my soul. I was determined to love you, but you were haunted by Vietnam, taunted by demons. In my arms, you dreamed of tropical jungles, of young village girls with razors embedded in their pussies, lethal chopsticks hidden in their hair, their nipples clenched like grenade pins between your grinding teeth. You rocked and kicked in your troubled sleep as though you were fucking one of those dangerous cunts, and I was by your side, unable to hex it away or accept that peace means nothing to you, and the dreams you suffer may be my only revenge. And so the question is, what is the place of beauty in today's world? I use the word beauty in my poems, in the book, so many times. It's a difficult, it's a difficult, it's a difficult thing for me to sort of encapsulate into like one thing. So growing up, I've held my notions of beauty pretty close, right? Because I was closeted. I couldn't say that a man looked good, right? Leroy, right? It was just, I couldn't say that out loud. I couldn't shout it from the mountaintops, right? Um, and so thinking about that makes me realize that beauty, or at least in the larger conversation, beauty is typically like when we first think of beauty, it's typically it's typically something that the majority has agreed that this is beautiful. This is what beauty is. This is the standard. This is what everything must aspire to. We must protect it. We must shield it. We must give our lives for it. We must blah, 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 blah. And so what happens is, at least what I'm seeing and what I have experienced, is that anything that anyone or anything, any person that falls outside of that realm, that measure, is suppressed, is silenced, is killed, because they're treated as an intruder. They are we are intruders to that realm of beauty. Beauty is not monolithic. That beauty is a ever shifting thing. I think that beauty is not as shallow a consideration as people think it is. I think it is more important to our society than people realize, because inherent in beauty is how we see the world and how we see each other, how we recognize each other, um, and if our minds, if in our minds we're approaching someone and we go, ah, ugly, scary, then the inclination is to, like I said, kill it, silence it, suppress it. Um, So yeah, I think that's the place of beauty right now. That's where beauty is right now. Um that's the 2020 pandemia. I stole that from somewhere. Um Definition of beauty. Thank you for having me, and you all out there who are listening. Um Not sure who you are. Thank you. And I hope you find beauty and booty. Well, I don't hope you find booty, not right now, but beauty. And I just want everyone to love each other and take care of each other and, and yeah, and wear masks